Hey everyone, welcome to Dealmakers TV.
What's going on?
Every Friday we go unscripted, no fluff, no filters, just raw insights, high-level strategies, and practical advice from experienced dealmakers. Whether you're an investor, agent, entrepreneur, or a faith-driven leader, this is your weekly edge to close smarter, lead better, and grow faster. My name is James Roy, broker of InvestCore Realty. I'm here with my man Carlos. Carlos, introduce yourself, please.
What's up, buddy? Hey, this is unscripted, right? That sounded a little scripted.
Well, it's kind of.
I gotta call you out, buddy. I gotta call you out on it. This is supposed to be unscripted.
I mean, that's just the description in the YouTube video, right? So
just giving you a hard time. No, hey guys, Carlos Gonzalez. So investor, hard money lender, general contractor, all of the above. But we are here to add value. Excited that we had a little bit, again, guys, we are unscripted and we're going to share what we do, what we like and what we don't. Last week, we did not have our audio correctly. So if you guys did join or see the live stream, you were like, what's that echo? Why does it sound so bad?
Call us out.
Wonder people were jumping on and off because I can tell when I'm on a live stream or watching somebody else's live stream and it sounds horrendous, I'm jumping off as well. So we apologize for that. I think now we've got it dialed in.
I'm not sorry.
You're not sorry?
No, we're trying things out.
Okay, well, I'm going to apologize on our behalf. James is over here not wanting to. But yeah, I think we're, as we move forward, we're just trying to get our technology dialed in. I know I'm not a tech guy. James is a little bit more advanced.
We're trying. We're trying.
We've got this dialed in. At the end of the day, we are here to add value. We're going to go over some of the things that we talked about last week. But I know you've got a deal that you're going to do an autopsy on today.
We did it. We can go. I just did it Wednesday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How did that go? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Fantastic
you
live
do
stream.
Your own live stream also on Wednesdays.
Yeah. So Wednesday we had a live stream that we did a deal autopsy, went through beginning to end, how we acquired it, all the funds it took to close it, the renovation, what happened, final numbers, timelines, how I pulled it off the market because of the holidays.
Nice.
Bidding war to set, we went through everything, man. It was a great live stream. We had probably a good 10 to 15 people on it, which is good for a starting, a live stream that's starting out.
That's fantastic.
And I had some guy that I didn't even know on YouTube, commenting, which was fantastic. So it definitely reaches people, and it was great though. If we want to dive into that, we 100% can.
No, just give us a recap. Okay, so this is one thing that I want us to do, and I'm going to do it as well. I've got one that's closing next week. So next Friday, I would love to do a deal autopsy on this one that is closing, and then potentially review an upcoming deal that we're going to be closing on. But I think there's so much education that comes from going through the process and determining, hey, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? What can we improve for the next time? So I would say, James, on that one that you just did an autopsy on Wednesday, what went right?
A lot went right, except for the timing. The listing of the renovation was bad timing. And going through that, I've realized that I don't want to list property right before the holidays. So a lot of things went right. I would say that was the main thing. Again, hey, I can see a couple of people on here. Can you hear us? Is our sound good? I just want to make sure that everything is working properly, because last week we had some tech issues. So if you can comment and just let us know that you can hear us well. And then if you don't say anything, I'm going to assume you can't hear us. So,
oh man.
But the deal went great. Bought it for, I'll just give high level numbers. So we bought it for 166. It was an extended closing because the people needed some time to get ready. Older couple. Bought it for 166. The renovation was calculated at 50. We ended up going over renovation about 7,000. So we had about 57 into it. Then we had all of our holding costs. So we had about 63 total into it.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, our profit is going to be, once we get our rebates back. So we overpaid on our loan. So some of that money's coming back. Plus when we cancel the insurance, we'll get about 6 months back of that. And so we're looking at getting about $3 to $4 grand back. So at the end of the day, we're going to profit about 50. So
50.
Put 63 into it, profited 50, a good 80% plus ROI.
Cash on cash return, buddy. That's what it's all about.
People are dropping off. Maybe they can't hear us. Can you hear us? Somebody say you can hear us, please.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna pull it up. You keep talking. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a great example of what can be done when a deal goes right, and deals don't take longer than they should. In hindsight, what do you think went or something that you could have done better besides just listing it after the holidays? What's another thing that you looked at the process and said, hey, maybe my rehab could have been shorter, or maybe I could have used a little bit different material? Was there anything else like that? Could you have saved on materials? Is there anything you could have done to drive the profit higher?
Well, one thing for sure is I had a bidding war, and I could have just let them kept going. So, but ethically, I just couldn't do it. Plus, I was worried about appraisal, right? At some point, you're worried about appraisal. I had one party though; they were putting 50% down. They were willing to waive appraisal, come with cash, like they didn't care. And so, but the the ethical side of you is like, man, I just can't, ethically just keep letting them drive this up. So, in terms of listing it differently, I bought it in August. We had 2-month renovation. So it
was done in November.
We listed October 17th. So the renovation was right on.
Oh, so you listed October. That's right.
October 17th. And then it's like, school had just kind of started. And then
who did that rehab for you?
A great contractor. Great contractor. I don't think we give out our contractors' names, but
yeah, no, we don't, because they say internal. But
James, one of your great contractors.
Well, listen, but by being part of the community and being part of my academy, you get to benefit. Not only have we done joint ventures, that was your first project that you did on your own, but you were still able to use my subcontractors.
I loved it.
Get it done.
I loved it,
and they got it done on time, right?
They did.
They got it done within budget.
Okay, here's our live stream. I'm pulling it up.
They got it done on time.
Okay.
Right? They did. They got it.
We're okay. We can hear. You guys can hear us.
They got it done on time, within budget. And how was the quality?
The quality was good. Obviously, we always have minor issues and minor hiccups. We had a stucco crack after the fact that, when we repaired some stucco. Contractor went right back out there, took care of it.
Did you stay within, what was your initial expectation on budget?
So initial expectation was 50.
Okay.
We ended up going to about 57. Looking in hindsight, the budget should have been more.
Okay. Did you forget stuff? Was something not added? Did you change something throughout the process?
It's just things costed more than I expected. You when you're running a renovation, when you're running a scope, you're just kind of sometimes estimating when you're, getting started flipping property. Your business, you have it very dialed in. So, I can look at Carlos and go, hey man, how much is this flooring? He's like, spits it out. Like,
yeah, but it still changes though.
It does.
And so that's why I'm bringing this up, because I'm going to explain about something that's going on right now, but keep going.
Yeah. So, for me, there were so many little things that I didn't think about in terms of, oh, you need this plaster, you need this hardware for, you need the internal guts of the plumbing for the shower, things that I just didn't even think about. And as you're building out these materials lists, I'm like, you spend a lot of money
that goes into it, right?
A lot of money real quick.
But are you going to make that same mistake again?
I hope not.
No, right? Because now you're adjusting and you're tweaking.
And
Yeah, no. So you went about $7,000 over budget, but the budget should have been higher from the beginning.
Yes.
Just because you didn't account for those things that were needed. So one of the things that I can tell you right now, as things are shifting, material prices are going up a little bit, but labor is going up. Why do you think labor is going up?
Cost of living is higher.
That's it, dude. It's like, that is it. Our guys are charging a little bit more than what they used to, even though we get incredible pricing compared to most, because most of our guys have been with us for 10 plus years, right? These guys are loyal. They want to keep their prices low. However, the cost of living is much higher. Gas is higher. Electricity is higher. I mean, their rents are going up. So what do they got to do? They got to charge a little bit more. Well, we better be increasing our scopes for that. Not to mention, did you put a contingency?
I did.
Good.
So I did, but I still blew it. I still went way over it.
So you blew the contingency. What was the contingency originally?
So I guess technically it was 45 and 5.
So
to meet the 50.
You didn't go 50 and 5.
No.
Okay.
No. I went.
So lesson learned, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we maximize it out, and then above that, we put a contingency of 10%. Why?
There's always overages. There's always things that are missed, or something you don't know. Let's say you get into it and there's termites and you had no idea.
Listen, the goal behind this, if we're going to be leveraging, we've talked about leveraging, and we'll talk a little bit more as we continue these weekly streams. We're going to talk about the power of leveraging. We want to get loans that allow us to do more projects instead of just putting all our capital in one, right? Yeah. So the power in leveraging comes from being prepared as well on our end. So if I'm saying, and I'm going to try to have as minimal amount of money in these deals as possible. So if I know I've got to put, I'm a brand new investor, I've got to put 20% down on the purchase price, and I need the rehab to be 50. Well, I've got to go in and the bank's going to give me 50, but I don't have the 50 initially to put up to then get it back in one lump sum. I'm going to try to do this with as minimal money out of pocket. Well, then I'm going to set up my draw schedule to only pay labor. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to buy all the materials. Mm-hmm. Well, wait, Carlos, I don't know what materials to buy. Well, I mean, that's something that we provided, right? I provided you with a design scope that showed you everything. Well, now we've got an idea, and the guys are going to run to Home Depot, and we're going to do some calculations initially to say, if our labor's 30, we're going to spend 20 in materials. Now it's my job to go in as I'm buying stuff to make sure I'm within budget.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've got good accounts, like we show you to set up good accounts with some of our vendors to get discounts, great, that's all going to save. But the reason I'm saying that is I can put materials on my American Express that I don't have to pay for 2 or 3 weeks. Now I've got my labor set up to where if my guys work this week, they're submitting an invoice on Friday. They don't get paid for that work till the following Friday. What does that do? Gives me a chance to do a draw request on Monday. So by Thursday, I've got money coming in from the bank so I can pay my guy Friday. Less money out of pocket. Oh, by the way, I'm getting reimbursed for those expenses that I paid or materials on my Amex. I go right in. As soon as I get my draw, I'm paying the Amex. I'm using the bank's money to have as little of my money out on that project as possible.
Yeah.
We want to do that. If we've got this, let's maximize. And there's strategy behind that on top of if the project goes great and I don't use a contingency, awesome.
Oh, and
but if it goes over 7,000 and I put that contingency, what's 10% on 50,000?
5.
Right? So I would have had almost all of my overage. So now I'm not stuck having to come out of pocket plus my payments plus everything else. I'm factoring for that. So it's just working a little bit more efficient. Listen, it gets away as well as you, like for me doing 10 plus projects a month, it gets crazy. So I've got to stay on top of that. Hey guys, I was just having a conversation with my project manager, a little bit ago. Why is there so much over material or, being delivered to these homes? We've got 10 buckets of paint left over. Why? Why are we worried about having to take that back? Why do we order that much more flooring? Because we're rushing it. They're not being and following my protocol of saying, hey, we're going to go in and measure the home correctly, or we'll just order a bunch. And then if they need, no. That's just winging it. And that costs money. So you are constantly having to dial your guys back in. But how are you going to even know that if you're not tracking stuff? So I'm tracking all my projects. I'm going before the list to see exactly what we spent. I'm saying, hey, this one went over. Why did it go over? When it closes, like James just did, he did an autopsy to see what went right, what went wrong. So now we're being a lot more conservative with our numbers and saying, okay, if I'm going to spend 50 on that one, James, I probably would have said 60.
Oh, yeah.
$5,000.
Looking back now.
Right? So these are things that we just learn and we keep, getting better with. But if we're not taking and doing this and taking our time, right, to do this and just immediately trying to focus on the next deal, we're going to miss the boat. Because if we can maximize the amount of money we're making on these rehabs and that increases, well, less work that we have to do. Because we might only do 5 this year, but those 5 were done so well that it was like if we would have done 10, we're making that much more money, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and one of the best parts of how it's structured of how we do it is when you order materials directly, you're not paying the upcharge from the GC.
Correct.
My gosh, man, how much
on top
money
of the benefits, man.
Oh yeah.
Listen, Home Depot. If you go and get a pro account, here's a tip from us. And you start to utilize it and you get up there and your spend starts to go up, then you get an opportunity to join a RIA. And with that RIA, now you get 2% cash back from Home Depot on everything that you spend. That's awesome. Listen, I utilize that at the end of the year. It comes every 6 months. But what an incentive. Plus my American Express points, all my materials that I'm putting on there.
Oh yeah.
I'm paying for stuff on the Amex. Well, I'm getting the points. The bank's reimbursing me for that, but I get the benefit of the points. Dude, I just, me and my wife are going on a trip in 45 days. Points pay for our flights.
I love it.
Some of the Home Depot rebate pay for the trip. So it's like, man, that's awesome.
We're going to Hawaii in May, and our points paid for half of our lodging in Hawaii.
Dude.
So
let's go.
Powerful.
Let's work our resources. Let's do these things correctly. So that's awesome that one went well. I'm glad that you were able to share that on your live stream on Wednesday. As far as our live stream here, some of the things that we talked about last time or last week that we just kind of want to maybe go over again because it wasn't that great audio, and I believe we even deleted that one. We were just kind of talking about what the platform of this is going to be, right? James, break it down a little bit. Let us know what can folks expect moving forward from these live streams.
So really, ultimately, it's unscripted, whatever we want to talk about.
Yep.
However, we definitely want to add value, right? So the main goal is to add value, not just to hear us talk and chit chat, but to add value. So we're talking about real estate. We're talking about probably a little bit of the personal lives, so you guys can get to know us a little bit on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that I want to talk about is Carlos was just gone for a couple of days and at a conference, and I'm really interested to hear about how that went because it's very intriguing to me. But I have a couple of other questions too, like as if we're real estate agents and investors, because Carlos, I don't know if you know Carlos. If you don't, he's flipped, 500, 600 houses. He's been doing it for a long time. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom in this space. And so I definitely want to ask you today, and we can get back to the conference, but I definitely want to ask you today, where are the top areas that you are currently looking at buying real estate in the Tampa market?
That's a great question because
it could be one, could be three. Where, obviously,
I was just having some conversations with the team about this. I don't want to be spread out anymore. So buying properties in St. Pete, buying properties in Pasco, buying properties in Tampa. We've got some in Bradenton, Sarasota. It's great if there's phenomenal opportunities, right? But I've got to make sure that if we're going out more than 45-minute drive for my guys, then it better be a screaming deal. Otherwise, I'm sticking to Tampa, maybe a little bit of Pinellas, but really my focus, I live in Tampa. Our office is in Tampa. There's a ton of opportunities in Tampa. We're going to focus in Tampa.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to be building. I'm looking at a double lot right now in South Tampa, potential split. Great. Build 2 single families. I think we talked about this last week. Our 4-unit townhome project, which we're going to share. I hope to have plans next week. Then we can do some numbers breakdown next Friday on that one, which I think will be pretty huge.
Yeah.
But we're going to stick to Tampa. Seminole Heights. I'm loving the Heights.
You have loved the Heights for a decade.
I've loved it since the beginning. Dude. When I first started flipping, and we flipped a lot in 2012 and 13, and I love that I've been an integral part of, bringing Seminole Heights to what it is today. Man, we built new homes in Seminole Heights as well. I love it that my old company was Titan Real Estate, and Titan Real Estate has a little neighborhood in Seminole Heights, which I love. It's Titan Real Estate of Seminole Heights, but. From that, I learned a lot, right? We've made a lot of mistakes back then when we were doing these flips, because the biggest thing that I regret is selling them.
Oh, yeah. If you could go back and hold all of them, would you?
I don't. I'd be doing a different live stream right now, but I'd probably be on my boat somewhere in the Bahamas. But no, I love what I do. But yes, in hindsight, if I would have kept all those properties, we would have had a pretty sick portfolio with a ton of equity. Because we were buying them for so cheap. Dude, I was buying houses in Seminole Heights for $50,000. That same house is going
back in the day
is unrehabbed for $300,000. I had an opportunity to buy one that I actually rehabbed in 2013. I bet on it again, but I bought that same house for $38,000.
Oh, jeez.
They messed it up. And obviously it needs updating, but that same house, they're trying to push it to me for $260 now, like, without even being renovated again. So again, just, those areas like Seminole Heights, I really like Lutz, the Brandon, Valrico.
Yeah.
big, huge push. I'm underwriting a ton of deals right now in Braden, Valrico area, Waimama, Ruskin, all that area is moving. Fish Hawk, where you're at, like I'm putting the feelers out to all my guys out there for those. I like Land Lakes. That's as far as in Pasco that I want to go, is like Land Lakes area. Those houses are still moving. A lot of property around that southern part of Pasco, right? That southern part where you get a lot of newer homes that might just need cosmetics, 2004, 2005 builds. That we can get in and out on. I love West Tampa.
Oh yeah,
I'm hunting West Tampa. So hopefully I don't put this out there and I have more competition in West Tampa. But what's going to come?
No, but hey, if you have a deal in West Tampa, send it in.
Send it. But that area I think is going to continue to grow if that stadium for the Rays goes over there.
My gosh,
I mean, that's going to put.
I think it's going. It sounds like it's going to go.
I mean, we've heard that before, right? And been there, done that.
Different ownership.
I do think yes. There could be an opportunity there. So, but I still love West Tampa regardless. So I want to buy in West Tampa, West Chase, Citrus Park, all those areas as well. There's some good opportunities. So we're really doubling down in the Tampa Bay area. So yes, any wholesalers out there listening, send us your deals. We are ready to buy. You can email me directly at carlos@cgrealestateventures.com. I'm ready to acquire. I've got some students ready to acquire right now. We're selling some property. So by the end of this month, I'm going to need to buy another 2 or 3. So any deals you have right now, send them over. What areas are you focusing on?
Pretty much the same. Flood zones are a little tricky just because your resale. However, the one that I just sold was in a flood zone, but the flood insurance wasn't bad.
So it had a better elevation.
Didn't flood during the storm, so that was fantastic. So not as bad as PTSD, I guess, but flood zones.
People are staying away from these remediated homes.
And so the resale is what you're worried about, But I mean, I live in Fish Hawk, so anywhere in Fish Hawk, Valrico, Brandon, Riverview, love them, love that whole area.
Are you ready for another one? Because you just sold yours. So
I actually just found one in Ruskin that I'm probably going to put an offer on today.
Sweet.
But it's about 55,000 under list price. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice. Hey man. Hey, there's opportunities right now.
Yeah.
Definitely opportunities.
So tell me, there's a couple of things I wanted to highlight on this live stream. Because obviously how deep are we in? 22 minutes. Okay. So one of the things is I want to talk about Magnolia's meetup event.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that one's gonna be really cool too. Oh, that one's gonna be really cool too next week or
this
next month.
That's why I wanted to bring it up.
Oh man.
So this month, Magnolia Property Solutions, it's an organization owned by our good friend Ben and his wife, and they do a lot of great things. We won't get into all of that, but they run a monthly meetup the last Wednesday of every month at the West Shore Grand.
And this one's on the 25th.
On the 25th, it's $20 to get in. You get beer and wine in the beginning.
Yep.
Complimentary, but there's going to be a special speaker there this month. Who's that going to be?
That's me.
Yes,
me and Ben. We're going to tag it up, and we're going to be talking about some opportunities that we have, some deals that are coming up that we want to do together as a group, but also kind of just answering, doing a Q&A, and then talking about a little bit more about the academy. Ben's got a really cool one-on-one that he's doing with folks, and he's taking them. He's been doing this a lot, and Ben's the kind of guy who's been doing this for free. Actually, he does SkillBridge.
Yeah.
So that SkillBridge program is amazing, and that was one of the reasons why when I saw what Ben was doing, not only for the community, the real estate community, but for our veterans, I thought was incredible. Immediately made me want to align with him and sponsor his events. But he's helping veterans transition out of the military, and not such a crazy impact for them, or he's giving them opportunity to learn. Like he is a GC, so he takes folks around as GCs. He's got his real estate brokerage that he's doing as well to help these guys transition out. He's teaching them fix and flip real estate in just all these different areas, helping them get their real estate license, appraisers, whatever direction they want to go in. He's giving them a little bit of taste of what that is. He drives them around. Really, really cool thing. Well, now he's going to do that for people within our Magnolia community and the CG community. So if somebody comes in, they take my course for fix and flip. Now they want to do ride-alongs, and they want to learn on sites, and they want to go to our projects, and they want to learn from a GC's perspective. He's able to do that, which I think is really, really cool, that somebody can learn how to become a GC because I've said it before, when you become a flipper, you're a project manager, right?
Oh yeah, it's
so
a job.
Why not dial that in even more? Go to sites, look at some new construction stuff. He's got that all there, so it's gonna be really cool.
And that Magnolia, the meetup is once a month, right? The last Wednesday of every month.
Last Wednesday of every month.
We go, like, I try to get there as much as I possibly can, but I'll tell you what, one of the coolest things, and I've been to a lot of RIAs, I've been to a lot of meetups, I've been to a lot of networking events, and the coolest thing I've ever seen was the first time I went to this Magnolia meetup event. And the very beginning, it's not, hey, here's our pitch, here's our spiel, here's our advertisement. It's, we're going to pass the microphone around to each person in the room, so you can stand up, have your 10-second elevator pitch, or some are 30-second, some are a minute, but what you do, or if you have a need, what are you looking for? And I've seen deals, I've seen people connect from that first 20 minutes of everybody standing up and introducing themselves. I've seen people connect and do deals. I've seen, some guy stand up and say, hey, I'm looking for an attorney. And then Josh Brown is over there and he's like, hey, I'm an attorney, I can help you do that trust. And the connections that happen in that first 20 minutes,
it's huge
of the program. Like, well, the first half hour is networking. We're all out there having a beer, having a glass of wine, talking, which that's a great spot too. But then when you get in there and you actually have the floor for 30 seconds, a minute.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah. It's a good opportunity for folks to, if you're bringing something or you've got a business that you want to share, there's probably somebody in that room that you can connect with that night and do business.
Yeah.
That's the goal, man. We're all coming together, not to waste our time, not to just socialize and go and have we can do that too, right? But there's a time and place. If you're coming to network about real estate, let's make some connections, and let's make connections that make us all money. And there's money in the room. There's deals in the room. There's vendors in the room as far as title and appraisers. And I mean, if you're in this business, or you want to get into this business, or you have your own service.
Service-based businesses, plumbers and electricians.
There's plenty of opportunity for that. So excited about that on the March 25th from 5:30 to 8 at the West Shore Grand. So it's on the corner of West Shore and Kennedy. It's called the West Shore Grand Hotel. And we do it there on the first floor by the lobby of the hotel. We've got a room there. And if anybody went to our yearly event that we did, the Magnolia Leverage Summit, it's in the room right next door. So really, really cool event.
I'm definitely going to be pushing my team to be out there for this one. So
yeah, let's go. I want to fill that room. We've got a lot of our students coming. We're going to be talking about that. And I think it's going to be a great event for all of us to kind of get to know each other, get some good information, network. In 2026, I feel like it's the year to do deals together for some reason. I just feel like the more and more I'm talking to folks, and the more collaborations that are happening, I feel like people are more open now than in the past to really do stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just the way that our market's changing. I think it's the way that people are viewing resources, and we want to hold tight to the resources that we have, man, because things are getting crazy. They're getting expensive. So we just got to be really intentional.
Crude oil, $90 a barrel right now.
Woo.
Yeah.
Man. See what impact that has.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was looking at, luckily I'm a Costco member, so you get cheaper gas over there, luckily.
That's good.
But everywhere else it's like $3.50, $3.60 a gallon right now.
It's going up, buddy. It's going up.
I wanted to finish. We're about 30 minutes in. I want to finish by highlighting one of your properties, because I'm excited to stay there this weekend. I can't wait. We're celebrating our 20-year anniversary, and we're going to be hanging out by John's Pass for the
yes,
night
sir.
Tomorrow. But tell me about your 8-plex that you have down there that's for sale, because I know you hired a fantastic commercial brokerage. They're pushing it out. They're trying to sell it. Yeah. But what does that look like? What is it listed at? How can people find out more information about it?
Yeah, you can reach out, or it's on Zillow. It's 117 127th, but it's over in Treasure Island. It's an 8-unit that we fully renovated and converted it into a short-term rental. The cool thing is, Treasure Island, for the most part, you cannot do vacation rentals. But we
grandfathered in
this house. It used to be a motel. So because of that, I was able to get a transient license, and it is a legal Airbnb. So these 8 units right now, they are slammed. I'm glad that I was able to get you in there, buddy, before the madness. But we are fully booked, 100% occupied right now for the whole month of March and most of April. It's crazy. I love it.
You sure you want to sell it?
But yeah, the reason that I'm selling is because I've got opportunities right now for some new construction stuff. And sometimes in this business, you have to let go of an asset or maybe potentially leverage an asset to get capital in the door for new ventures that we have. And right now, for me, I want to move more into the new construction stuff and continue to build. So I need some additional liquidity, right? And I think that's going to provide it. I just got a word that we got a couple LOIs coming this week.
Fantastic. And you're also always looking for capital partners, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Listen, we can only do what we can within our scope and our sphere and what we've got in the bank. So if there's opportunities to joint venture, we have the deals. That's the thing. Deals are coming in. We've got access to the right deals, and because of our experience, we can execute. And that's the whole name of the game, buddy. It's being able to execute and execute efficiently so we can continue to grow and turn over. If we're flipping, then we got to be quick, get them on the market, and get them gone. If we're building rental portfolios and we got to add as many as we can, I'm doing a DSCR portfolio loan refi right now on 5 of my properties, which is a fantastic program. So if you guys have rentals right now, you want to leverage on a 30-year, I think I'm getting a 6.2.
Oh, wow.
On a portfolio loan of 5, I'm getting 75% cash out on those. Like C-Pine, some of these properties that I made rentals, I've just grouped them together. We're able to do that for you as well. Let's get some cash out, put that money back to work. Imagine pulling a $200,000-300,000 out of those properties and now adding another 5. Is that 200-300 will allow you to build 5 more, right?
Yeah. Recycle.
We're recycling funds. Let's keep growing.
Love it, man. Well, hey, hope you guys enjoyed today. It's been about a half hour. We started a little late, so we're going to jump off. But again, my name is James Roy, broker at InvestCore Realty. 2 things that I want to talk about. One, if you're a seller looking for a cash offer, we got you. Come to investcorerealty.com. We provide guaranteed cash offers. Secondly, if you're looking for a new brokerage, investcorerealty.com/join. And we love to talk to you about a little bit of our hybrid model. We definitely obviously do retail, but we really focus on the investment side of real estate, working with investors, and then training on how to be an investor yourself. I actually have an agent. I won't get too much into this, but I have an agent who came to me with a deal 2 days ago, and we're talking about it. And I was like, okay, well, you probably get about a $30,000 assignment fee. And she was blown away. She's like, what? How does that work?
Didn't even know.
So now I'm like,
that's so good, man.
Yeah. And so if you're looking for a new home for your license, that's who we are. Check us out. Super excited about what the future holds for us. Carlos?
Yeah, no, likewise, man. Next week, I'm excited. We'll probably be on a little longer next week because I want to really dive into, hopefully we have these plans for this new construction. I want to show you my budget calculator and how I've come up with the pricing for this project. And I want to show you how I'm funding this project. So from the land acquisition, what we bought it for, what we're going to spend to build it, what our projected profit is, and how we're leveraging that project. Because some of you guys might be tired of doing flips and you want to move into new construction. Great. And I want to also underwrite a new deal that we're going to be closing on over in Pinellas. That's a new acquisition. Even though I'm trying to stay more in Tampa, I couldn't pass this one up. The numbers are incredible. We're getting it for $350 with a $650 ARV. Doesn't need a whole lot for those I can't say no to.
Yep.
So let's break that one down. Let's look at what the scope of work is, how we came up with the comp. So I would love to do both of those if that's okay.
Yeah, 100%.
You good with that?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to bring that to you guys next week. Hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend or rest of this week and a good weekend. And we will catch you guys next Friday.
See you, man.
All right.